ACS engine 607 leading in regional 156 north. P8 engine 655. Here we got the Keystone 9645 and 940.
We gotta go to one of those great crossings to catch this thing. Right there. Trust me.
Kind of hard to do.
Why?
Gotta walk.
I almost dropped that.
There you go.
You see the old, there's an old track. Oh, that is close.
Good old Blueborough. Look at all the
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard a special excursion of the New Hope and Highway.
I'll be fine. I've done this hundreds of times.
You also have
Trust me, don't try this unless you're a maniac like me.
Here we go, horn. Canyon Avenue coming out. business between East Bend and here.
Really? What are they home?
So you saw that one industry that had the tankers. You'll see a few more. I think we're coming up to the crossing that I caught her at yesterday.
Yeah, that's a sewage plant, I think that's there.
Railroad was only extended up as far as Bethlehem, reaching the city in 1857.
Yes, awesome.
It would bear the connection from neighboring companies such as the Lehigh Valley Railroad to bring passengers and freight to and from further destinations into the city of Philadelphia. Other branches the railroad later constructed included a line to Doylestown, as well as a route that eventually led to the west shore of the Hudson River, opposite what is today Lower Manhattan.
If you want to punch.
In 1879, the North Pennsylvania was leased to the larger Philadelphia and Reading Railway, later known as the Reading Company. Now, if anyone has ever played the game Monopoly, you might recognize the Reading as one of the railroads you can purchase during gameplay. The North Penn
there's another
would
one.
go from just a small local operation at that time to become a piece of a larger system that would eventually stretch across a good portion of Pennsylvania, as well as into
No passenger, only freight.
Delaware. As time went on, the Reading would offer frequent passenger services on this line down to Philadelphia. By 1893, all trains would come and go from the magnificent Reading Terminal in Philadelphia, today home to the famous Reading Terminal Market and the Convention Center. The busier passenger trains were mostly concentrated from Lansdale south, but a few trains did fly the rails we are riding on today, including some sleeping car service to places like Buffalo and Toronto. Orvilla Station will be next. Orvilla.
That's the one you caught her?
Close to.
Wow.
I just stopped at the station there when I saw it, and I'm like, oh my, and I just ran right down the road.
You can't stop the train to get it back for you.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the siding here that they pulled the 30 cars off of yesterday before they brought them up.
Correct.
Yeah. Because there's the road I was at.
That's the one?
Yep. This is the road I was at when I caught her. Yep. This was the road where I caught her yesterday.
Tickets, please. And I'll need your boring paper tickets as well.
Right here. Oops. Oh crap.
Yep. 5, 4, 3.
There you go. 1. Add that to my net. You should see it by the time I'm finished.
Really?
It's both in here. This one is the back copy.
Funny, man.
That's the only reason I'm wearing my jacket right now, is because it has pockets.
True. You painted the crossing?
This was the crossing I caught her at. Because Orvilla Station is right here, and there's Orvilla Road coming up.
Right. That was the crossing you saw her before. That's ridiculous.
Now, right as we cross this next road, off to the right-hand side of the train was once designated as the Orvilla Station on the Reading's timetable. Now, this station is not like the one in Lansdale with a ticket office and a waiting room. Due to the sparse population here back in the old days, there was nothing more here than a small wooden shelter containing a white flag and lantern. Now, depending on time of day, wishing to ride the train would either raise the flag or lantern to signal trains to stop. And once on board, they could purchase tickets from the conductor. This type of operation was known as a flag stop.
There's one station on the way to the close. They have two.
construction.
Yeah, it's the same one I have.
We're coming up to our villa. We're coming up to the restaurant that's over off of Unionville soon.
What's coming up?
There's a station in those buildings that's a restaurant now, and also there's another restaurant called Doyle's Family restaurant that they have food along, that they have food there.
We got a while before we hit Souderton, right?
Yeah, so big, yeah. At the speed they're moving, they have to for passenger safety. There you go, crossing.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, we're coming to a stop.
To the left-hand side of the train, can you see the entrance to a short walking path dubbed the Liberty Bell Trail. For much of the first half of the 20th century, this was the right-of-way
Pine
of the
Street.
high-speed trolley route that ran between
That's 463 right there.
Lehigh Valley. Operated by the Lehigh Valley Transit Company, trolley vehicles would attain speeds up to 70 miles per hour at certain points along the route, only slowing when passing through towns such as here in Hatfield. The trolley company named their line the Liberty Bell route in honor of the now famous bell that once hung in Independence Hall in Philadelphia. And the journey it took safely hidden from the British troops in the basement of an Allentown church during the American Revolution.
463.
Safety more or less followed the same route the trolley
Cowpath Road. No, Cowpath Road's a real crossing.
Beginning in 1912,
Gates. The same way we're headed.
Little remains of the Liberty
They were on the bit
right-of-way, for which there are plans to create walking trails on at certain spots. Only one trolley car from this line survives preservation, and that would be at the seashore.
Now look, people never get to see this.
And yes, that's been restored to its Liberty Bell roof appearance. Hatfield Station will be next.
No.
Hatfield.
You mean Peter Linden? The fourth?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I've got them on camera. We could, if we do, we got to get it over by the Cannon Avenue, because that's the only closest crossing. I know. Because that's the only place. Here you go. Here you go. This is the industry right here.
Well, they took out the signals down there.
Yeah, they already had to. Right? Because it's not an operational, not a low-class operational line. Oh, by the way, on your left here is going to be that like I said, Doyle's area, Unionville Pike Crossing. That one I know this route.
Hatfield Station, Hatfield. The old station, constructed in the year 1914, appears on the left-hand side of the train. There was also once a smaller shelter on the right-hand side, which has long since been removed. The station has since seen a few newer additions over the years, and is now home to Salter's Fireplace and Artisan Shop. They sell and install items such as fireplaces, patios, and grills for area homeowners.
Mom's house used to have that, the 1920s.
There you go. Here's the restaurant. This is the restaurant.
Trackside restaurant?
Yeah, I forget what the there you go. Salters.
Nice.
Alright, then, yeah. And then also, wait, gets better. Coming up yet.
What's coming up?
There's some more businesses right here. Where Doyle's Family Restaurant is for food. Right there, Doyle's. And coming up is the Unionville Pike Crossing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wish you could get up to get a good view, but we can't do that because this bugger's moving.
Get ready. She's going to be blowing again. Coming up to Unionville Pike. Yep. This is a multiple crossing line. Tom, do this. Keep it like this. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's gated. I forgot.
Ew, it's got a WCAE bill. I hate those things.
Nice to meet you.
It had a WCAE bill. The ones you find in California and stuff.
Right.
Those things piss me off.
Those are not e-belts.
They are e-belts.
No, they are the mechanical L belts. It's kind of like one of those Dash 8s.
I guess.
Dash 8s and Genesis. That's what it sounds like. But it's not e-belts.
What, the one on this side?
No, not the engine.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that bell. I'm talking about the crossing bell.
Oh, the front? Oh, those ones, yeah. I thought you mean the locomotive.
Gooey!
Yeah, duh. What are we? Don't go see or something? Well, be careful with that, Mom.
I know.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I found out, if you're curious, they're going to be running the train back down to New Hope 8 o'clock tonight.
Huh.
Yeah, what? It's going to be they're going to be running the set back down to New Hope, down to Lansdale, up to Warminster.
Really? Well, of course, because Warminster, that's a connection for New Hope and Warminster.
Whoa. ShopRite trailers and all. I didn't know they had a facility here.
You never knew that?
No.
Oh, look, they got a rail surfing.
Yeah.
This is another local business that they serve at.
I guess that's where they bring in their refrigerated produce.
The problem is that they mostly do operations around here at night.
They do it during the afternoon on the weekday.
Here you go, here you go. They do.
Yeah.
Video. In our crossing.
Two hoppers down there, scrap hoppers.
On the way back, we'll have to switch. We'll have to switch sides on the way back.
Yeah, that's why they have an engine on each end.
Yeah, because there's all the refrigerated trailers, yeah.
I'm surprised though.
Another
This is
crossing.
almost an entirely straight track.
And I've never seen this sector of the line.
Really?
Never. I've seen it in Salvaging, but never up this way.
Like, you know, up close to these tracks.
Yeah.
I've been like Saturday before. We had to
You need to start getting out.
Oh, yeah, I really got it.
Trust me.
What do you mean? What did he say?
Yeah.
What did he say?
We need to start getting about.
I need to go out here to this spot.
Oh, of course. We just gotta figure out when they run trains.
It's hard to even pick up the frequency. I almost lost it going home.
Yeah, good point. Oh, wow. Oh, there is?
Our train today has 2 locomotives, one at each end,
Got
to
its signal down
facilitate
there.
easy
Old
turnaround
Reddish.
at either
Listen.
end of the line. The locomotive currently pulling us north is number 5342, originally built in the year 1980 by the General Motors Corporation for the Canadian National Railway.
Canadian
For
National.
quite a few years, it served on mainline freight trains at the head end of those trains crossing between eastern and western Canada. It is known as a model SD40-2W. The SD stands for special duty, meaning it was used primarily on some of the longest, heaviest, and fastest freight trains across the Canadian landscape. The W refers to the wide cab, which is the predecessor of what would be used for today's modern diesel locomotives that operate on mainline trains. The wide cab served a purpose of safety as well as for crew comfort and better visibility. 5342 was retired from the Canadian National Railway in the year 2011, and that is when it came to work for the local freight operation that runs these tracks weekly. It can be seen serving a number of industries in the area and also running on freight trains over the SEPTA lines after the Regional Rail Authority stops running passenger trains around midnight, and between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. it'll be serving the customers along the electrified SEPTA portion.
That's the route to Doylestown.
Yeah.
Because they have
Car
this.
show.
Yeah, look at this. Whoa. Yeah.
This farmer gang.
Hi, guys.
Hello. Those are some nice cars down there. Some of them look a little priced, but other than that, that's actually a nice lot.
That's a warehouse facility. Roger.
These guys are pretty nice.
Oh, they're hilarious.
That reminds me of, you remember the joke from Airplane? Roger, Roger. Huh?
Yeah, these guys sound like they love their job. They don't have to work that much.
Nice vector.
You can hear the rumblings of her.
Yeah.
You can hear where she's really picking up speed at times and not. She's like really playing around with the throttle.
I gotta get myself a drink when we get off the train.
They're gonna have food ready to go when we get back.
Okay.
So we'll be able to go get something to eat.
Or drink for that matter.
You know, there's only
Outerton Station loading next. Outerton.
That was quick. No. They're still going to keep them running until late October or into December because they still have 14 and 15, number 1, number 2 also. They can't get rid of them because 902 and had break issues on 6325.
It also broke down on West Trent.
No, that was 2304 that did.
No, not only take your phone. Remember that one time where
That was July 31st.
Yeah,
It was stuck in the yard. Never left the yard.
I know too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that's what I was talking about.
Great.
Brakes were locked.
Great.
Couldn't get them unlocked.
On 902.
They literally they were locked. That's when you see things. We had to shut it down. Leave air pressure. Go in the diesel range and pick it up.
961 had to go pick her up.
What?
61 had to pick her up.
Yeah.
And also, here's the other thing also.
Caterpillar engines.
But here's the other thing interesting. 2304 was recently bailed out.
Yeah, relay blew off.
They had
Yeah,
to
you
reset
couldn't even climb the hill by, where was it?
Bestaire,
Yeah,
south of Bestaire.
yeah, Bestaire. You couldn't climb the hill.
Yeah,
So
right
they
there
had to
by the
send in,
Black Trail.
so what did they do? They sent the wire train to tow it or
No,
another
they sent 80 up because they didn't have the T key to get in to open up where the relay reset the relay box was. Because the crews don't have it, only the mechanical has it.
Oh, what? They should have the crew protecting engineers.
Oh, you should. I gotta get that subscription. I can play you everything that was said in that recording. Because when you hear what the crew said to the dispatcher actually agreed with them.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I agree. That's stupid. Why would they do that? Why would they not give them
He agreed that the crew should have had the key to open up that box in the 807. And they didn't. They had to send 80 all the way up to Beth Air. They couldn't get the train to even get to the platform because just outside of Beth Air.
on the hill?
Yeah. They couldn't get enough power to load up to climb the hill. 2304.
The relay wasn't getting enough.
Wasn't picking up anything.
Wasn't picking up any wires. We couldn't get any electricity from the batteries. And so it couldn't go to the main transformer and it would go to the traction motors. No, they can't.
No.
They can't do that.
They couldn't get.
No, it's only one relay on both pantographs. They can't change.
They said they couldn't. From what I heard on the scanner,
Patterson Station.
they
It's all brain noise down there.
Stand
Yeah.
off to the left
Yeah,
hand
that's what I
side of
said.
the
We
train
gotta-
with a smaller shelter off to the right. These structures were built in the year 1928.
two. Here you go.
They have
One.
been restored to their former glory. The station stands alongside Broad Street, which we will be stopping at, and that will be the termination of our northbound journey. Now, Broad Street was originally crossed at grade, but due to various situations involving trains and automobiles back in the old days, on this busy thoroughfare, the crossing was replaced by a tunnel under the railroad. Or before the days of electronic signals, and crossing has since been reinstated, and grade is time to pass, and modern technology is adapted, but the old tunnel does still exist, and all is covered up, and filled in on the street.
Under Route 113.
See those shelters from here.
It's not a shelter. This is an actual station. Welcome to Souderton, guys. There you go, Tom. Yep, there's Route 113 right there.
Wow.
Until to your left. The main station itself. I pass the station at once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right.
And there's a second track to the left of us.
Wow.
This is
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have approached the Souderton station, which means we have reached the northernmost point our train will be traveling today. In a few minutes after the engine crew changes end, we shall be moving back towards Lansdale. As I mentioned earlier, this railroad once ran. In addition to the passenger trains that once plied these rails, the North Pennsylvania and later the Reading handled quite a bit of freight here, as this was once a major route into the city of Philadelphia from north. In addition to local customers and general merchandise, long trains of anthracite coal once traveled through here, coming from the mines and coal fields of Schuylkill and Carbon counties. In addition, this line was very important for long trains carrying iron ore to the blast furnaces of Bethlehem Steel Corporation's large facility in the Lehigh Valley region. Many people these days know this property as the location of Steel Stacks and Sam's Casino. Now, the land heading north is not by any means a flat surface. Because of the hilly, almost roller coaster-like profile of the line, the Reading Company often assigned special sets of locomotives to this area to help push some of the heavier trains up over the hills, as the power on the front sometimes found the job harder to accomplish on their own. Now, these special sets usually consisted of 5 locomotives each, and they would sit in certain sidings at strategic points along the line. They would push the train up the hill, and once the train was over the hill, they would uncouple, and then those 5 locomotives would return to their siding to await the next train they needed to push, and they would do that all day long.
Ooh. There wasn't no branch line over there. How about that?
Although there are no longer mile or more long freight trains with coal or iron ore moving up and down the line, this track is still very much active in terms of freight service for several local industries. On the journey up, you may have noticed several sidings branching off the main track, leading to various warehouses and factories. These are all served by the local freight operator, Pennsylvania Northeastern Railroad. This company was formed in 2011 to take over local service from the larger CSX Transportation. Based out of Lansdale Yard, the PN serves these customers several times a week based on demand, interchanging cars with CSX at Lansdale, who will then bring the freight to and from the bigger yards in Philadelphia for movement elsewhere around the country. I'll be pointing out some of the industries as we head back south to Lansdale and describing some of the products they handle. The Pennsylvania Northeastern also brings freight cars for interchange with the New Hope and Ivyland Railroad up on the south end of our line in Warminster. Now, our operation, the New Hope and Ivyland Railroad, was begun in the 1960s. It started by a group of individuals in the Philadelphia area with a passion for preserving historic steam locomotives. This group began assembling a collection of railroad equipment and purchased a portion of the Reading Company's New Hope branch between our namesake towns. Our first train operated on August 6, 1966, and for over 50 years, we've continued in the proud tradition of preserving a piece of railroading past so that future generations can experience and appreciate an important form of transportation that was crucial in building this great nation. We currently operate narrated excursions as well as other special events out of our station in New Hope through the picturesque Bucks County countryside to various towns and villages along our route. Pulled by either one of our historic diesel-electric locomotives, or even sometimes by our steam locomotive number 40. Old number 40 was constructed in 1925 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in nearby Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and still continues working hard almost 100 years after its construction. Number 40 is currently in the shop for some scheduled maintenance, but we expect it to be back out pulling trains again during our Christmas season, which begins in November.
What do you think about Old Singer? But what do you think of the horn on her? Well, what type do you think it is? You think they're both the same?
No. I don't know.
You know them better than I do.
Half and half.
Crossing.
across the next road, if you look to the right, you'll see the warehouses and siding for Americold. As their name suggests, the products dealt with here include all types of foods you might find in the frozen aisle at your local supermarket, Giant, Aldi, Weis Market, or ShopRite. These products are moved in special cars with refrigeration control to ensure they remain at the correct temperature during transit. They're brought in here and they're loaded onto tractor trailers for transportation to local stores. Also, if you look off to the left at this time, you will see the siding and freight cars for Emirate Recycling, which deals in all types of scrap metal.
Crossing. Show me the last one.
Take a look off to the left and you will soon see the siding and facilities for the Lansdale warehouse. Now there's a few different industries that work out of this site, and they deal with products such as lumber, paper rolls, and even animal fat. major road we cross over is equipped with electric red flashers underneath the crossing signs. They warn motorists of our train's approach. However, back in the old days, the job of the flashers was performed by a railroad employee known as the crossing watchman. Much like a crossing guard around a school these days helping pedestrians to cross safely, it was the watchman's job to ensure that all vehicles and pedestrians yielded the right-of-way to any trains that would pass over his crossing. His tools included a small stop sign on a wooden post that would be kept in his wooden shanty next to the tracks, where he would wait until it was train time. The shanties usually included a small coal stove for heat during the colder months of the year. Historic pictures reveal that most crossings around here were assigned to watchmen as late as the years following World War II, even though by that time many crossings in the area had received red flashers. Passenger cars that make up our train today were constructed between the years 1914 and 1949, mainly for commuter operations on the Reading Company. 4 of those cars on the train today were built down in Wilmington, Delaware for Bethlehem Steel's Harlan and Hollingsworth division. These cars called this line home for many years as they shuttled passengers between their homes and places of business twice a day, every week. These cars were also used for those looking to travel down to Philadelphia for other purposes, including shopping, visiting, or sightseeing. Operated by their original owner, the Reading Company, for the better part of 50 years, they saw retirement in the mid-1960s. The New Open Ivy Land acquired these cars from a few different sources between the years 1962 and 1970, and we've taken great care to restore them to their original appearance. Each car is constructed of steel and was built with electric lighting, which was a real luxury at the time. Most of which you see around you is original, right down to the door handles and armrests on the seats. These cars, some of which are over 100 years of age, see daily service on our railroad out of New Hope. We also have a special car on the front of the train today. It's the green car right behind the southernmost engine. That car is the Crater Lake Dining Car. It's the most recent addition to our fleet of passenger cars. That was the car that was built in 1949. That was built by the American Car and Foundry Company for the Union Pacific Railroad to use on long-distance trains between Chicago and the western coast of the United States. Wow. It also served on the Alaska Railroad for a few years before coming into private ownership, and then finally in 2014 the New Hope and Ivy Land acquired it. We just put it into service last year for our Christmas season, and it has been serving very well ever since. And yes, it was originally a dining car.
Wow.
Since we are now heading south, the locomotive crew has moved over to the locomotive attached at the other end of the train. This locomotive is number 8218. Originally built in 1957 by the General Motors Corporation for the Canadian Pacific Railway, and along with its sisters, helped to replace the last steam locomotives operated at the time. It is known as a model GP9 diesel electric. The GP stands for general purpose, meaning this locomotive can be used for just about any type of train movement. The locomotive worked for its original owner for over 50 years, receiving a substantial rebuild in the 1980s to extend its service life. The New Open Ivy Land acquired this locomotive in 2015, and after quite a bit of restoration, including a new paint job, it has proven to still be a valuable worker in moving both freight and passenger trains over our line in New Hope. This locomotive is quite significant to this line as well, because the Reading Railroad, although they didn't operate the GP9 model, they operated the very similar but slightly less upgraded GP7 model, which was built in the 1950s as well. And they used to operate the GP7s in large quantities over these tracks during the 1950s, 1960s, and early 1970s. Now take a look off to the left-hand side. You'll see another industry we serve here on the Pennsylvania Northeastern, D&W Fine Pack. This business deals with plastics with raw materials moved in special covered hoppers to ensure they are not damaged due to the weather. Now some of these plastic products made here include water bottles, soda bottles, yogurt and applesauce containers, and also plastic lids, straws, utensils, and plates. D&W Fine Pack coming up on the left-hand side of the train. Now, if anyone here has ever ridden a SEPTA train down to the city of Philadelphia, you probably noticed cars are powered by electricity taken from wires hung over the track. That system began on July 26, 1931, when the Reading first turned on the power and began running the predecessors of today's silver streamlined cars. Now, north of Lansdale, steam and later diesel power will continue to pull the trains up to Bethlehem, but a lot of times passengers would have to change to an electric train at Lansdale to reach Reading Terminal. The electric trains were faster and therefore needed a more flexible truck or wheel set to make these cars work correctly. The solution came in the form of a truck known as the Taylor truck. It was tested on a regular unpowered coach behind a steam locomotive, and after proving successful, Taylor trucks were used on all electric trucks for testing would keep them for the rest of its life. In fact, it still survives to this day. And I will tell you that any of our passengers that are riding in coach car 1127, you are experiencing a ride in this very historic car that helped to shape how Philadelphia commuters ride to work each morning. And yes, the car still retains its Taylor trucks. Now after we cross over the next railroad crossing, take a look off to the left-hand side of the train and you will see another industry that the Pennsylvania Northeastern serves, known as EMC Crystal. This company deals with oil and wax and requires tank cars to deliver products and raw materials. In fact, if you look off to the right-hand side, you'll see some of those tank cars waiting to be unloaded at EMC Crystal. Approaching the Lansdale train station. We'll be arriving back in a few minutes. Now, the town of Lansdale was, and still quite is, a major railroad junction with a branch to Doylestown heading off to the east, and the Stony Creek branch heading southwest towards the Norristown area, in addition to the north-south line between Quakertown and Philadelphia. The beautiful passenger station, constructed in 1902, is still heavily used by SEPTA commuters during the week, and still retains quite a bit of its classic interior. If you did not go inside the station to purchase tickets and take a look, I recommend doing so when we get back. Now, as we are approaching the Lansdale station, that means we are going to be coming to the end of our journey. On behalf of the entire staff of the New Hope and Ivyland, we'd like to thank you for coming out to ride with us today, as it is your ticket purchase that helps to make all of this possible. We hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your summer, and a great time enjoying the other festivities of Lansdale Founders Day. Be sure to check us out on our website, newhoperailroad.com, for other activities and train rides that we have going on throughout the year. In addition to our traditional narrated excursions out of New Hope, we have some activities in October, our longer fall foliage tours that traverse a bigger portion of our branch line through the scenic Bucks County countryside. We also are operating some special excursions for Halloween, one step draws closer. And coming up in November and December and running until New Year's, we are hosting some very special guests on board our trains. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be riding our trains to visit with each family, along with some merry caroling and some hot chocolate. Again, for more information, please visit. For the remaining Reading signals along the line during our trip, there are a total of 6 out there. You should have found 6. When we pull into the station, please remain seated until the train has come to a complete stop and the crew informs you it is safe to disembark. Before leaving, please make sure. Where you see a member of the train crew present, not all doors will be available at Lansdale. And when leaving the train, please watch the gap between the coaches and the station platform. If you are traveling with younger children today, please take them by the hand in order to assist them. Lansdale Station will be next, last and final stop.
Pacific. We gotta meet here. You got my. I gotta go.
And I can hear him say,
Look what's coming.
I know.
Did you see what's on the siding?
5642.
First responders.
Training first responders.
Here,
Check out what's in the sign over there.
I know, we'll go take a look at that next.
I gotta get a shot of 8102 and 1067 next to each other.
Yeah, go ahead. He's stopping anyway.
UP's coming.
Look at the first responders train.
Yeah, I know. The UP's gonna be coming in. UP's coming as well.
Oh man. Ah, here we go. Uh-oh. There we go. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Meet up, meet up, meet up, meet up. Oh, and then overtake.
Yeah, but thank goodness there is that.
Looks like a power connection problem. I want to quickly walk this around. North Bend S gauge.
Some kind of S gauge or something?
S gauge, yep. You can ask them. You can talk to them. Oh. Here comes. He did 102. Because I'm just switching.
What?
See, the train. Let's tell Walt. I don't think so. Yo, look what they're bringing out. I think the fence is going to be on the move here in a minute.
See, this is the girls' train. The only girl in the fence.
Now that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Ooh, steam engine meat! Steam engine meat! Steam engine meat! This is rare. There you go. Right here at the crossing. Meats galore.
Yeah, I may need to borrow your battery at some point.
And the rarity here in Lansdale. Trains to Philly coming in on track 2, which never happens.
Got a funky motor, guys.
It does.
And what was the other one that had that about?
137.
That's 137. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, Jeff, if you would have heard that horn, you would have been like, oh my God.
What?
I've heard bad S2Ms before.
No, this one was so bad.
One horn was so loud, and another one is like.
After this train goes by, I need your battery.
She's hauling. Somebody left the door open.
He's moving.
Run, Forrest, run!
gonna be cool on this already.
You have to get past the derail.
What are they gonna do from here?
Putting the derail on.
What does that mean?
In complete rarity here in Lansdale, they're having there we go. $827, $828, $843, and $844, I'm pretty sure. Let's see this. Oh damn, I know where they're going to be switching. They're switching.
Onto that truck. When's the next oil stop? Should be pretty soon.
Not the next hour. Oh, that's not an hour.
I think 4 minutes.